raised by gypsies, pretty much. My parents were pretty gypsy-like in that we moved around a lot, and whenever somebody asked me what my parents did for a living, I have to think for a really long time because I kind of did a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Like, my dad was a coal miner, a Baptist preacher, a Pentecostal preacher. I'm serious. They were both substitute teachers for a while. My mom was a newspaper editor. He did a little bit of everything. And I'm 28 years old, and I've lived in 28 different places, including the one that I live in now, in South Philly. So basically, you know, you're raised by gypsies, you figure you tend toward that lifestyle. So my sisters and I have two sisters, and when we were young and rebellious, what we wanted to do was grow up, go to college, graduate with 4.0 GPAs, and get really good careers and be brilliant and raise families that would be very stable, and our kids would be on the honor roll. And, you know, we just wanted to like not be gypsies, and we wanted to live in the same place like all our lives. That's what we would talk about when we were little girls, was not being gypsies. So we know that our parents had the best of intentions. I mean, they had great creative ideas for raising us. Like, I mean, why do you think they did all the different jobs? You know, they would rather have not had jobs at all. So they were only working because, you know, they loved us and wanted to provide good lives. And like the summer that I was 14, like we lived in a tent all summer, like a series of tents really, and we used to joke that it was the first time that my sisters and I each had our own room because we had like those little dome tents like you get, you know, at Walmart or wherever for like $15. So that was like luxury, and it sounds like fun, right? But my dad, he had the best of intentions when he thought of it. It was like, we lived in this crappy little house and warm weather was coming, and he thought, why pay rent and waste money on this crappy little house? My family deserves better. Let's go camping for 3 months, and then we'll save money by doing that, and then in the fall we'll be in a better position to, like, you know, move into a better house. So those are his intentions, and it kind of worked. I mean, take 3 teenage girls, you know, and two adults camping for 3 months and see, you know, if that's really a good fiscally sound plan. I don't know. I didn't pay attention to things like that. I was 14, but anyway, come fall we did move into a place, and I know that, you know, they did the best they could. But so our plan from that point forward, from actually living in tents, was, okay, this is like rock bottom. We can't be gypsies when we grow up. Let's just not let that happen. So we all worked very hard in school and went on to college and did very well. And my older sister, she is working on her master's degree in humanities, and she has 2 children, and she's married, and she lives in a town that she's lived in for years, and she's very happy there, and she wants to stay there forever. My little sister is a teacher of autistic children, and she's like a genius. You know, like the horse whisperer, she's like the child whisperer. Like, she can communicate with those little things. Like, I don't get it at all. But she, like, they just like look at her and wait like for instructions. Like, it's brilliant. So she's very stable, lives in a town that she loves, and knows exactly what she wants to do. Here's what I did. I graduated from college in 2003 with a 4.0 grade point average and a degree in communications studies, and I joined AmeriCorps because I was like, I'm going to do something good, you know, for my community, and I'm going to fight poverty and all that, and get a good career and look good on a resume. And so I ended up at this radio station in Pocahontas County, West Virginia, which I'm from West Virginia, but I had never, well, I'd heard of Pocahontas County because I knew we had 55 counties, but like, that was all. Like, it's like in the Eastern Mountains. It's really, really beautiful, and like it's 900 square miles and 9,000 people live there, like in the whole county. So I lived in a town of about 300 residents, and I was the news director at their community radio station. So I had a team of volunteer news reporters that I led for 4 years, and, you know, with the best of intentions. But the thing was, like, it seemed very stable. I was coming up to my high school reunion, and my 10-year high school reunion, and I thought, this is so great. I have a career in broadcasting. I'm a news director. I'm going to go to my reunion, and I'm going to say, I have a career in broadcasting, and I'm a news director. And it was coming up to the reunion, which is, like, in June of this past summer. And in April last year, I kind of, like, I don't know, had a meltdown. Which was slow, you know, in building over the past 6 months. The thing was, I hated doing news. Like, my favorite thing was when it was really hot in the summertime, I would get on my show, Noon Hour Magazine, my news show, and I would, like, look up phone numbers of, like, old ladies that I knew in my town, Marlinton, and I would call them up, and I would be like, get them on the phone. I'd be like, hi, this is Heather. I'm at the radio station. You're on the air. And then I would go, is it hot enough for you? And then we would just like talk about that, or like I'd call them up, I'd ask them like, you know, about how their birthday was or whatever. We'd talk about that, and that was my idea of news. So it kind of fell apart, and I decided that I was going to leave in April and just go and try to find like a better career. And since then, like I worked in an office, and now I'm going to go to hair school in Philadelphia.